Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duel Today official news channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The next time Santa Claus sees Thomas Timura of Days of Our Lives, he might give a double take. This is due to the child's impending, although brief, change in appearance. Why is it the case? Soap Opera Digest reports that Henry Witcher will be taking Carrie Christopher's position for a few episodes. Of course, the son of Chad and Abigail is used to turmoil. Mom wasn't sure when he was born if Dad was lost love Chad or then boyfriend Ben. To make things even more complicated, as if they weren't already complicated enough, Clyde, Ben's father, used coercion to convince a physician that Ben was going to become a grandfather. Alex walks up to Chad as he moans in the square about how the spectator needs to report on things more thoroughly. With tact, Alex apologizes for him and Stephanie. Chad laughs. Alex retracts his remarks to express his regret for Stephanie's injuries. That's what Chad thinks. Alex queries her move-out reason. Chad says he purchased Gwen's share of the Spectator in order to terminate Stephanie's former employee. Alex believed that Chad would have gained insight from his primal impulses. Chad believes he will suddenly appear. He should calm down, Alex says. He is not interested in Stephanie, and Chad ought not to hold his mistake against him. Chad expresses regret. He blew it, and he should be angry with himself alone. Steve brings up Chad, mentioning that both he and Stephanie work from home. He assures his daughter that she deserves to have someone provide for her needs and wants. He believes she is still in love with him when she recounts what Chad did, and perhaps she could give Chad another chance if his actions were motivated by love for her. Eric stops in front of the pub pushing Jude's stroller while Jada leaves. She looks at Jude with adoration while carrying a packing box. She interrupts Eric before he can shift uncomfortably and sound like he's ready to bring up the past. She's delighted for him. She tells him she's organizing her closet when he inquires about the box, which would make moving in with Rafe simpler if she accepts his offer. She wants to make a very deliberate choice because she hasn't lived with anyone since her ex-husband. They hope the best for one another. Nicole wonders what Leo could have meant when he said their kid wouldn't die as she and EJ sit sadly in the park. EJ believes he was attempting to take advantage of their sorrow. Nicole is unaware of the benefits he would receive. EJ insists there isn't any truth to what he stated when she questions whether there might be some. Nicole informs him about her earlier encounter with Eric and the baby. After everything she caused for him and Sloane, she wants to make amends. She makes her way to the square. Leo informs his lawyer at Sloane's that he believes her child is actually Nicole's. He regrets that despite his best efforts to be morally upright by giving EJ and Nicole the truth, all he received was a black eye and a shattered jaw. However, destiny is now directing him to employ the knowledge in the way Dimitri intended. To blackmail the hell out of you. Chad is on the phone with Xander on the square. He brought Everett back because he knows he's a fantastic editor-in-chief. He cares about repairing the paper's reputation since Abigail cared about it. Chad hangs up when Polina calls out to him. She wishes to work with SJPR on a Healthy Salem initiative. He advises her to speak with Stephanie directly because their relationship is in jeopardy. When Polina hears it, she is devastated and invites him to come grovel before her. Stephanie tells Steve at home that she is just concentrating on her work at the moment. He lets Alex in the door before heading out for a stroll. Before Stephanie reassures him that she's okay, Steve goes into protective father mode. Alex makes it plain that he isn't there to win her back as soon as Steve leaves. Rather, he gives back her massive stainless steel water bottle that he discovered in the building's gym. He also informs her about meeting Chad, who is aware of his mistake. He argues Chad's point while questioning whether Stephanie truly wants this. Leo firmly informs a scared Sloane across town that he owns her. She is going to free Dimitri from prison first. She says anything more is impossible because she already got him the greatest price she could. Leo makes a threat to evict Lady Whistleblower so she can spread rumors about her misdeeds. Eric and Jude return home, and Eric wonders aloud what is happening here. Before departing, Leo threatens Sloane subtly. Steve discovers a tearful Jada by herself at the pub. Since it's her dad's death anniversary, he guesses she's not feeling well. He claims Marcus was his first best buddy, which surprises her. This was a day he will never forget. She reveals that the last Christmas gift she purchased for her father is still with her. With 8 years old, Marcus made a rope keychain, which he pulls out. If Marcus hadn't been there, he would not have survived. Jada's father would be very proud of her, Steve tells her. At home, Stephanie confides in Alex that her sole regret is not being able to bid Thomas and Charlotte farewell. She lets him out by opening the door, but she trips over the bulky water bottle with her foot. She whimpers in agony as Alex tends to her. Chad shows up at the doorway sulky. You weren't too slow to get back into the swing of things. After yelling at Chad, Stephanie hobbles out of the apartment to have her foot examined. Chad sags. I assume that's not how it appeared, huh? Alex offers Chad one of Steve's drinks after confirming. A shaken Sloane gives Eric partial truths regarding Leo's purpose for being at the flat. Nicole and EJ knock on their door. Nicole doesn't even think that giving them a red Santa onesie will make up for everything that she has had them go through. They give her thanks. In private, EJ expresses gratitude to Eric for his kindness, stating that Nicole wished to demonstrate her recovery and move on. Nicole's features stiffen and drift as the women across the room admire the infant. Leo pulls up to a Christmas sign in the square that asks, "Have you been naughty or nice?" He moans, "Bah humbug," and stealthily approaches to peek inside a red donation bucket. He bemoans the lack of a working conscience and 2 cents in his pocket. Leo finds out later via phone that Dimitri has been sent to Supermax for attempting to blow up the entire planet. He mentions out loud that Sloane did this after hanging up. "And now, I'm going to blow up your world," he says with a frown. But hold on, things got worse. Ben was losing his marbles at the moment and going around killing people in the guise of the necktie killer. In truth, Chad arrived to save the day and his old flame, Abigail, just as he was ready to kill her and flee with their infant. The couple didn't find out that Chad, not Ben, was actually little Colin's Thomas' father until New Year's Eve of 2015. After Charlotte, the younger sister, was born right before the holidays 3 years later, another stocking was carefully put by the chimney. Chad wasn't prepared to move on past Abigail DeMera, so they had that argument not too long ago. Stephanie wanted to get married before Everett arrived. Stephanie is now recalling some of the questionable actions that Chad took a few months ago, such as the time he subtly cautioned Alex Kyriakis not to approach her. Even though she understood he was attempting to shield her from harm, Chad didn't need to make the call at all since he didn't trust Alex, which ultimately translated to him not trusting her. Stephanie wants Chad to behave like a grown-up and have faith in her ability to make independent decisions, particularly those pertaining to relationships. Soon, Everett and Stephanie will uncover a startling truth that may have to do with Chad and his sly maneuvers. Since Chad refrained from firing Everett outright, they might learn of his acquisition. Ultimately, Chad encouraged Xander to carry out the firing and used mild coercion to persuade him to do so, fearing that the spectator sale may surface online. Thanks for watching if you like this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.